hope the mobile's on, I'm not sure. I'm just going to film this shop. It's like some sort of new shop that's just been here not long. And it's like an art shop where they do little bits of artwork. It's on Parramatta Road, but it's a public holiday, so there should be no traffic and not many people. Look, 2 people over there in my line of sight. One person down there on the seat in my line of sight. Another person further down in my line of sight. When I look over there, those 2 people have finally come up into my line of sight again. I'm only just over there, see? As soon as my line of sight, can you see that fella? I'm just trying to show, and up there, someone else running behind. Can you see that person jogging? Is it going to come out on the mobile? Am I too far away? Line of sight, see? Could you see that person jogging? That is where my eyes went, just where my vision went, nowhere else. I've now got my vision on the concrete, so unless an ant or a cockroach comes out, I'm pretty much okay, but I can't look at just a concrete slab all my life, you know? So even now, my eyes are focused on a person, because that's just where my line of sight, so it's not like I chose to look at the person. The person come into my line of sight because it's a matrix control system around people, real people. People who are not part of this collaborative joint technical matrix. I can't prove it, but see, in the distance there, the minute I put a mobile up my line of sight, 2 people crossing the road, and the 3rd one in my line of sight when I just darted my eyes slightly to the left. This I can't show on the mobile because they're too far away, but either way I'm wasting space here. I'm just going to show this shop for no reason. I don't know what it's called even. Let's have a look. It's new. Okay. I guess it's called, I didn't notice that till now because I was trying to show what it was called. It's called Little Yellow Bird Studio. They copied that off me, I have to say that. Because I have this habit, not habit, but I like this song, right? And this song is not a regular song, it's only in an old movie. The old movie is called The Picture of Dorian Gray, the original first one, I believe. It was made in the 40s. Very good film. I'm very familiar with it from when I was actually very, very young. Almost a child when I first saw it, and it scared me quite a bit. Most people would know about The Picture of Dorian Gray, you know, the gentleman that has a picture painted of himself where he looks young and handsome, and he is young and handsome when it was painted. And he foolishly wishes, when he looks at the picture one day, he wishes that he would stay exactly as the portrait, young and handsome, and not change from what he looked like in the picture. And of course, his wish is granted, and the picture ages and goes quite with every bad deed he does, because he also falls into a life of, what would you call it, where you're just living for yourself totally, and you're a bit on the pleasure-seeking side only. You know, he falls into that life. You know, and he can do it now because he's going to stay young and handsome forever, and he's well off anyway. He's like quite wealthy. Not quite sure how he got to be wealthy, but they don't tell you that in the movie. But either way, in that movie, this young girl falls in love with him, foolishly falls in love with him, and she's a singer in the local club or whatever, I don't know, and she sings this song called Goodbye Little Yellow Bird. Little yellow bird. Little yellow bird. See? Bird. So that shop is called Little Yellow Bird Studio because although it says just little, it's got the yellow bird next to it. I call me nutty if you will, but I was thinking of that song only a week or two ago, and I was actually going to put it in a video. No, I wasn't going to put it in a video. I was just thinking about it because that song is like a very cute, kind of sentimental, but almost a bit sad. In fact, the reason I was thinking of that song from the movie was because it represents to me, even though when I first saw the movie and until 5 years ago, it didn't represent anything except, well, essentially the song is Goodbye Little Yellow Bird. Let me try to remember the lyrics. And it also applies to this studio because although it's been here for a few weeks now, this studio, I think. I first saw it late of a night, and when I saw it, they've changed all the stuff in the window all the time, like most shops. They make little works of art, what you could say, and then just put them in the window. And I've actually seen the people doing it when I walk past late of a night, because they're often there late of a night, strangely enough. But the song is Goodbye Little Yellow Bird. I'd rather face the cold on a leafless tree than a prisoner bee in a cage of gold. That's what the lyrics of the song are, even though there's more lyrics obviously than that, but that's the chorus, that's where it's repeated a few times. So it's Goodbye Little Yellow Bird, I'd rather face the cold on a leafless tree than a prisoner bee in a cage of gold. And that speaks for itself, doesn't it? But if you ever see that movie, it's a very good scene from the movie. The whole movie is worth seeing. It's, I think, the best version of The Picture of Dorian Gray, the original one in the 1940s. Even though I have seen quite a few of them, I've seen others too in recent times. But anyway, I'm just going to show you here, if I can. There's probably too much reflection, or maybe I should have made this video later at night. But I was just coming to get the coffee, and it's daytime, and I just thought I should film it before they change it, because they change these displays all the time, because you buy these things, but it should be quiet today, actually. But see, notice how when I spoke, and every time I went to speak, that motorbike went vroom. It won't come out on the mobile, but that's to annoy me and distract me. That's the matrix control system. Not going to be obvious today because it's a public holiday, I believe, so it should be quiet. To be like a Sunday. There shouldn't be any trucks or anything like that. So I'm going to film this while I can. A good opportunity here. One headlight on that car going there in broad daylight. It's the middle of the day. Headlight on the motorbike too. Headlight on the bus. Headlights on the car behind. No headlights on the next car. Headlights on the car behind that and the one behind that, but they're not particularly bright. Normally they can be quite bright. Actually, they like to have the really bright headlights mainly of the night time because they get in your eyes and you can't miss them. But at any rate, this shop here, I don't think it's going to come out. It's going to be too much reflection. But it's funny too because there's also 3 pots here. There's 3 pots. See those 3 pots? See those 3 pots there? Can you see them? With flowers in, handmade kind of dead-looking flowers because they're an ornament. You see, they're an art ornament. But on one of them, it won't come out because it's too far away. But I can actually read it. On one of them, it says. One of them it says, and this shop's this display's been here for about a week, by the way, because I saw it at night time, but I didn't have the mobile. The first pot on the vase of it, it says, "I miss you a lot while you are not here." I miss you a lot while you are not here. That's what it says. The next one says, "I hope you smile today." And the third one says, "Hold up," or is it hold on? Might be hold on. I can't read it properly because it's turned a bit to the left. But either way, talking about this, the actual shop is called Goodbye Little, not Goodbye Little Yellow Bird. That's the song from the movie. Sorry about that. But the actual shop is called, which I didn't notice till now, Little what is it called again? Hold on, I'm going to have another look. It's actually Little Yellow Bird, that's right. Studio, Little Yellow Bird. I don't think that's going to come out. There's too much reflection and it's a bit high up for me to actually film it properly. I'm not tall enough. But either way, speaking of gilded cages and bird cages and being trapped in the bird cages, you know, just a bit further up the road is the white bird cage that is still there after 5 years, which, you know, with the door open or closed, I've always said it's all over when it's closed, you're trapped in there. But look at this one here that they've put here for me in this new shop. It's a bird cage. It's a bird cage, but it's not going to come out. With the naked eye, this is what it is. Okay, this is what this bird cage is with the naked eye. It's not a white bird cage, it's a black bird cage, okay? It's a black bird cage with the door open, okay? So the bird can get out. But guess what? If you look closely, the bird, actually it doesn't even look like a bird, but it's meant to be a bird, I guess. Even though it's a bird cage with the door open, which means the bird should be able to fly out, the bird is, it won't come out on the mobile because I can just see it with my naked eye. And I noticed this when I first saw it, the bird is chained to the sides of the cage. Like there's chains around the bird's legs and his neck, and he is chained to the cage. Little thin chains hold him and they're tied to the cage. So although he's in the cage and the door is open, he is chained inside the cage. Won't come out on the mobile, too far away and too much reflection. Too small. It's not close enough to the window. It's in the centre of the shop. So so he can't get out. So I think, do we need some fairies to unchain him? Because that's what I was told a day or two ago. Some sort of fairy tale, one which I'm not familiar with, and I'm supposed to know the fairy tales, but I don't know that one. That's the shop, and I'm leaving it here and heading up to get the coffee. And hopefully, I was going to go up here, seeing I'm filming, I'm going to head up slowly and keep the mobile going just till I get up to the service station for the coffee. Because I want to have a look at the bird of paradise flowers again to see what's happening with them. I know it's stupid, but I have to diverge myself from the matrix and from being stressed somehow, okay? I often sit there to have the coffee, but I better move a bit faster. I actually think I need a lot of coffee because, let me see. Here, just before I go up, it's just here as I'm. That's the flag shop. Flag shop's always been a bit interesting too, but they usually have. Actually, it says Happy Easter there, so I won't. I don't know what the flag is in the centre. The flag in the centre. I don't know what that one means. It's like. They usually have flags up there according to, like if there's a football match or a lot of things that happen. Sometimes I don't know what most of the flags mean, but they're usually something that's happening at the present time. That's a very matrix shop because they actually like to put the flags up as though they're socially kind of aware or concerned or whatever about all the things that happen, in the world sort of thing. That's just a feather. There's a feather in the other bird cage further up. It's actually a bit warmer today, which is strange because I've got a coat on for silly me because I think that it'll be cold because I can never gauge the weather and I don't like to report. But there's a feather in the other bird cage just up here, but I'm not going to cross the road. I'm going to get the coffee and turn the mobile off. I'm just going to have a look at the bird of paradise. See, my eyes went over there and there's two little possessed beings over there and a big one too. See, that doesn't prove anything to most people because see the bike in front. As soon as my eyes go, there's people straight in front here as soon as my eyes go. They're all the Matrix Patrol Control Force. And my eyes are darting all over the place, but everywhere they dart, there just happens to be people. I'll get these birds off the road here. What are they doing on the road? Oh, some idiots throwing, shouldn't say that, probably these ones here deliberately throwing food on the road so that the birds go on the road so that they see me trying to get them off because they know I will. So it's just a setup. See these lot here? See how the bird is there and they're throwing food on the road to get with the big buses coming and stuff. They know I'll go on the road to shoo the bird off. And I just think it's funny because they're possessed little ones, you know, unfortunately. I should feel sorry for them really, but as I'm the one being suppressed, I probably am not big enough to show too much sympathy, you know. It's because after all, that's what they choose to do. I'm not choosing to suppress and harass and follow them. Ah, little bird, you're a clever little bird. You went off the road, didn't you? Don't go back on there. So see you have a front bread out on the road. Maybe I should go out and kick it in. Maybe I should. It depresses me greatly to see the possessed young ones. It really does. Well, actually it doesn't. It just makes me angry. Maybe I don't know what it makes me. Maybe my feelings are mixed. But here's the bird of paradise. They're all starting to die, but they won't die for long. They die and then they come back. Especially when there's a bit of rain. And let's just see if it'll rain again. I think it might actually. The minute I said that, see how the clouds come around? Because actually we've had so much rain that even I don't really want it, but it does bring, oh look, there's a bird there, see, there's a bird on the thing. Look, these are they're called bird of paradise. I didn't know that, I was told that, and I became interested. Now here's me and another one that I'm desperately holding on to. As you can see, when I filmed it last time, I told you when I first saw it, they were both like bright orange, like the colours, like this, like that, you know. And, you know, like that's me there, see the top one, and then it's hanging onto that little thread thing that looks like dead. But that's been hanging there now for a month and a half, and there's the bird of paradise, but it's dying. That's me. See, I'm dying now. And that one has long since died. That died. But originally when I first seen it, they were both orange, but that is like as though it's one that it's hanging on to in its beak. But see how it's still there moving? But that will come back to life, but at the moment I'm a bit dead. You know, and that's just the way it goes. But hopefully, this one's starting to die too. But a few days ago, or a week, whenever it was really big and bright. But this is a very interesting one because I wondered about this one. When I first saw it, about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, it had this one here, quite big. See where I'm pointing? Great big bird of paradise. And had that little tiny bit of red there, and I wondered about that. And now look what's happened. I should have filmed it a few days ago when it was really spectacular, but because it was like after all the rain, so it was bright. See how it's starting to die now, whereas it was totally alive. But that is the second one has sprouted out from it. That's unusual. So it's like two bird of paradises off the one thing. That's like two people sharing this. It's sharing the same thing. That's strange. But I wondered about it when I saw this little bit of red, and then it sprouted into another one. Yeah. That's like funny that. It's like after I saw the one holding on to the one, but see how some of them are dying. See, all these are dying, but that's, you know, wait on. See, here's another one that's done the same thing, where it's turned into two. Two have become one, or one have become two, whichever way you look at it. I think that's a two become one. Two become one. That's a song actually, and it just occurs to me. See how two have become one there? So that's the same thing where you've got like one, and then one has sprouted off it. See, they're part of the same stem. You know, see how it's the one stem? And there's two. That's unusual. Those two look actually all right, but they'll die. So, see, there's a bit of dead there. So, see how they could die very quickly. But there's two. Oh, there's quite a lot of them doing that now. That's interesting. So that one's done it too. There's two off the one there as well. That's new because they never used to do that. Not when I first noticed them. I noticed them, but I was told that they are called bird of paradise because they look like a bird. In profile, they look kind of like a bird. I can't get any good ones to show you, but they look like a bird. You know, when this one's half dead too. See, but if we had a bit of rain, which we might, they will come out. You know, and of course we have to have. Oh, hello, little bird. Hello. I think you pose for the picture. They like it when you take the pictures of their dog sometimes, which is funny. But see how that's two as well? See it's two off the one stem. Oh, can't get them. Some of those ones that were high up have disappeared too, but see, that's how they start. See, that will become one. That there will become one. That will become like that. So that will become one too. See, it's probably died, but now it's coming. That's how they start, and then they become the bird of paradise. I can't show them. I can't get. A lot of them are dying at the moment, so I can't get any good ones. Can't seem to get any good ones at the moment because there used to be tall ones up there. They've all died too, but they'll come back because when I saw this one, where is it? When I saw myself hanging on to this part of one there, which is weird because that's like out of its beak, whereas normally that doesn't happen. And it's still there after all this time, like it's been there now for a month and a half or something, through all the rain, wind that we've had every day. Any rate, I better get the coffee in here. Okay.